Hi, so let's look at how to do this simple random sample question. It is an issue for students a lot just because the way our book reads this random sample or our random number chart is a little odd, but this is how you would do it, and probably once I show you here it's going to make sense of how they're really wanting you to do it. So if you look at this one, first of all, what you would notice is that because we have 58 people here, all of the digits that we use are going to be two-digit numbers, right? So that means the first person would be 01, then the next would be 02, then 03, etc. Okay, all the way up to 58. So when we're looking at the numbers on the chart here, we want to make sure that we are looking at, two numbers at a time, not just one. So we don't want to just look at one number at a time. And then the next thing that's going to help us know how to read this is it's going to tell us where to start at. So we see that here, row 14, column 7. Okay, and that's just telling us where to start at so that we're not all just starting in different places, right? So row 14 would be here, and then column 7. These are the column numbers, so this is column 1 through 5. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 6, and then 7. So this second column and the second group of numbers here is the column we're going to be in. So we'll go to row 14, column 7, which would be this 5 right here. Now if we just had one-digit numbers, so let's say we just had 9 people in our sample, then we would choose number 5 first, right? But because we have two-digit numbers, we're not just going to look at the 5, we're also going to look at the number beside it, right? So our very first one would be 54, okay, 5 and 4. So that would be our first person here because we do have a 54, right, because it goes up to 58. So 54 would be one of ours, so 54. And then we read the chart by going down. Okay, so the way our book reads the chart is going down and then back up. Some books will read it from left to right, but ours does down. So we'll do 54, and then our next one would be 84, but we don't have an 84, right? So we'll skip that one and go to the next, which would be 58, which we do have, right? So 58 will be one. From 58, we go down here to 06. Again, that would be in our group, so 06, sorry. 06 is 1. And then from 06, we go down again to 55. So we can use that one. And from 55, we get 98, which we don't have. 85, we don't have. And so when we have no more rows, we go back up to the top. Okay, so we've already used columns 7 and 8, right, because we're using two-digit numbers. So we want to go back up here to column 9 and 10. Okay, and so our next one would be 1, 2, which would be 12, and that would be the end. So if you were reading this and having to do multiple different ones to find numbers that work, you're going to go down and back up and down and back up. And these spaces don't mean anything. The only reason why they're kind of grouped like this is just to make it easier to remember where you were. If all these numbers were just side by side, it would be hard to tell, where you were, or you might lose your place. So that's all the spaces are. So you can even go across, like if I was using column 10, and doing two digits, I would have 2 and 7. So I'd have 27. Those would go together. So the spaces are just there to kind of keep you in line of what numbers you're working with. All right, so let's check this one and make sure that we did get it correct. And we did. All right, so hopefully there's not a whole lot of these on your homework. If you're doing this in real life and trying to find random numbers, you're probably going to use some sort of random number generator. But even if you were using a random number chart, there's really no right or wrong way to use it. If you're just using it on your own, you can go left to right, you can start at the top or the bottom or whatever. It's just when we're doing it with our book, we have to all be doing it in the same way so that we can get the same answers, right? So hopefully that helped you out. If you have any other questions about one like this or any other problems, just let me know. Thanks.